Good day, everyone. Welcome into Edie's Attic. My name is Jenny, and I am here with a downloaded message for a select few in this collective. It may be more than a select few, but you'll know if this message is for you. If you're feeling worn down, beat down, tired, drained, and a little bit outside of your normal energy, you may be, I was getting the download, systematically programmed to overuse your energy. It's a mouthful. So I feel like there's this battle right now between your spirit and your mind. And for almost everyone that's in this collective, people that are regular viewers of these types of messages tend to be very intuitive. They're very tapped in. They're very spiritually sound. They understand how to listen to their bodies and how to listen to what the rhythm of their own vibration is speaking to them. But there's like this war that's going on, this battle between your mind and your spirit, where your spirit is urging you and leading you to do a certain thing in regards to your health, to your schedule, to your regimen, to your day. And your mind is like battling against it and second guessing your intuition and telling it, no, don't listen. It's being deceptive. That's not divine. That's got to be something else trying to throw me off my path right now. Because you have like these lists and these goals and these achievements that you've been working toward, and you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. You're starting to see like the rewards rolling in. You're seeing that hard work does pay off. But because of that, you are ignoring the red flags from your own spirit on how and when to do and to move a certain way. So like there's this, I heard intuitively led or habitual. You may be in a place right now where you're habitually doing a certain regimen because you've seen how much it's paid off. You're seeing, again, the fruits of your labor, and you're in your head thinking, well, I can't break this routine or else I will fall back. I don't want to fall back. It's almost like a fear of falling into lack mentality or laziness, or going back to a place to maybe where you lacked ambition, and you're fearing that if I let myself have a day or two or a week or two or some rest, I'm going to fall back into this place of where I'm overly comfortable, and maybe I won't be led to doing what I've been doing again. Maybe I'll really like being in this spot and not want to seek and to work hard and to obtain my goals. So you're fighting with yourself. You're ignoring the red flags. You're ignoring your spirit, and you're allowing your mind to talk you out of listening to what your soul needs. We have enlightenment or approval. Are we feeling intuitively led to moving a certain way, speaking up a certain way, behaving a certain way? Or are we just showing up in a certain energy because that is now what is expected of us, being in the enlightened version of ourselves? Are we actually enlightened, or are we putting on a show of being enlightened? And this is not to insult or judge anyone. It's something that Spirit wants us, each individually, to look at in ourselves and double check. Am I enlightened about this? Is this something that I feel pulled to do? Is this something that moves my soul? Do I feel good about this? Or am I forcing myself to show up in this way because I still seek approval? I still seek, confirmations and validations from the people around me because I showed up and did what I normally do, and then they validate me, and then I feel good about myself. There's like a big difference between the two, and it's our responsibility to check in with ourselves and to see, how are we showing up? Is it intentional? Is it intuitively led? Are we feeling like passionately pulled to doing certain things in our life? Or do we feel almost like resentment and like sluggishness, and I don't really want to, but I guess I'll have to because I've done it before. When I do it before, then I get the validation, then it makes me feel good. So now we're seeking and chasing the validation versus actually being in the present moment and doing what feels the best for our souls and our spirits at that time, which ultimately is going to give us the highest form of validation and confirmation that we need. Spiritually, we're going to be uplifted versus moving a certain way to hear and to seek validation from external sources and still feeling depleted and drained. And then I was hearing, close thine eyes to see what's true. And I know it sounds like that makes no sense, but it's exactly the way that I heard it. And then I did it. I followed what Spirit said to do. I closed my eyes to understand the message that I was receiving. And it was amazing to see the amount of information and understanding about my own personal situations right now in my life that I'm going through, and how everything seemed to make sense, open up, everything was clear to me, answers were being given, I was seeing how the pieces fit in my own personal life. So there's something about you taking a minute, taking a beat, actually, in the midst of chaos, in the midst of all that's going on around you, in the midst of a fixed schedule that you purposely created for yourself, that you can table some things for later if you choose to, sitting down. And I just kept hearing Spirit say, be quiet, just be quiet, just sit in silence, sit and listen, absorb, be here, feel what we're trying to show you, be in it. Stop rushing through everything. Stop trying to force things to happen. Stop making moves based off of approval and habit, and start moving through Spirit, and start moving through your intuition and listening to what your body needs. For some of you, you definitely need to rest, and you need to rest, but you tell yourself, I can't rest. I can't take a break. If I take a break, everything is going to come crumbling down that I worked for. But your Spirit is urging you to take a break. So do you really think that if you took that break that your body is telling you to take, everything really is going to come crumbling down? Do you feel that maybe if you took that break and you rested and you sat in silence and allowed your nervous system to unwind and to heal, that perhaps in a day or two that you would be able to get up and move even more efficiently, more productively, and be more powerful in your actions and more intuitively led to doing the right things for you on your journey? That is what Spirit is trying to say. We all need to take a break sometimes, and I feel like there's a lot of people right now in this collective that are in the middle of some huge accomplishments, but because they are achieving this and because of the work that they put in and how they are so systematically now programmed to working a certain way in order to get these results, that now you're afraid to let yourself take a break. And Spirit is urging you to relax for a day or two. Relax for an hour a day. Whatever it is that you need. You'll know. I took a break earlier this morning. I even contemplated on doing a reading today. And I told myself, I don't have to do a reading today. Why do I feel I have to do a reading today? What happens if I don't do a reading? Nothing. What happens if I take a break and rest? I heal. And then when I allowed myself the permission to not feel obligated to have to show up in a manner that I would force myself to show up in, and I allowed myself to move accordingly and to gracefully and at a steady pace get ready to seize my day, guess what happened? All of a sudden, I was filled with a ton of energy. I was intuitively led, and I felt excited to sit down and to do a recording for this collective versus feeling like I'm rushing, I have to do this, I have to get ready, I have to, and then and then I sit down and I'm like, oh, here I am. No, I allowed myself to feel the pull. there is a very, very high chance I wasn't going to be sitting down today because I knew my body wanted me to rest. But as soon as I gave myself the time and I rested and the permission to just go with the flow, here I am. I'm doing exactly what I enjoy to do. I'm here, I'm passionate, I'm in it, and I'm not feeling burdened by it. I'm not feeling like I'm showing up inauthentically. I feel like I came here with a very specific message that Spirit wanted me to share with you. I think all of us need to take note on this and do exactly what Spirit is guiding us to do, even if it goes against what our minds are telling us to do. That sometimes we are the hardest people and the hardest critics and the pushiest ones on our own selves. Like, we expect more from ourselves than anyone else would ever expect from us, and it's not fair. We deserve to have rest and relaxation. We deserve to give our systems a break. We deserve to break the programming and to break the patterns. It's okay if you feel led to take that break. So someone I know absolutely needed to hear this today, and I really hope it reached the right ears. So that is your message, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.